Alright, heading out of Augusta. Going to catch a ride with Frank again. Looks like it's going to be foul weather today, but we have clear weather going forward. It looks like into Bob Marshall Wilderness and Glacier. Just have to deal with one wet day. Here we go. Currently have nice weather, thankfully. Something building over there. But take the sun while I can. Good news, it looks like the weather's gonna hold until we get to our tent site. We're almost there, so hopefully we can set up before it starts raining. All right, here's the tent site. Just started to sprinkle. All right, we had an intense night last night. The storm ended up rolling in later than we thought, around 9, and then it got really intense at 9:30. So I was already in my sleeping bag and everything, and heard the storm coming, saw kind of like the flashes through my tent, and there was one point, we were in this canyon, one point where the lightning and the thunder hit at the same time, so that's when you know the storm's right above you. And so it was different, I think, than anything I've felt before, where you could just not only hear the thunder and see the lightning, but you could like feel the energy, or you could like feel the rumble. So that kind of scared me. And yeah, it seemed like it was pretty close to where we were camping. So the past week there have been storms rolling through, and some fires have started because of lightning strikes. So I was like, oh my God, I wonder if this started like a little fire. I was too scared to look out of the tent. I think I was just being paranoid, but yeah, it's an intense night last night. And then the next like 15 minutes, I could hear the storm kind of moving away, but we were in this big canyon, and so the sound of the thunder was just like, it would just crack the air. That's how I could explain it, just like cracked. And there was like ricochets of the sound in the canyon. It was actually a really cool experience, but also kind of scary. So this morning I asked Snickers and CB Wonder, like, was it just me or was that really intense last night? And they're like, oh, it was intense. So I wasn't the only one. A little bit of a muddy, this isn't so bad, soggy morning today, but it looks like it's going to clear up for right behind me. We're going to be hiking along the Chinese Wall, which is a total of 12 miles. I think we're going to be hiking along 7 miles of it. There's supposed to be a really beautiful viewpoint up ahead. Again, about 2 miles, we're going up. So Of course, I'll show you all the footage of the Chinese wall today. Not a bad breakfast spot. Make a little mini hot chocolate. And got a view of the wall. So also been having all these thoughts about our finish. So our next, oh, here's a good example of a little bit of mud we have to go through. Still not so bad. A lot of puddles this morning. A lot of horse traffic through here. So horse poop and mud. Chunked up trail, but happy that it's gonna dry out. But anyway, been having a lot of thoughts on our finish because our next and kind of last big stop is on my hand, is Glacier, East Glacier. And after that, it's just 7 days until, or no, less, 5 days until we hit the terminus. And we've decided to go to Waterton. There's 2 termini, I don't know if that's plural, terminuses, that you can go to. One at Waterton, which is the traditional CDT finish, with beautiful lake in the background. And there's, I think, Chief Mountain Pass. So we decided to go for Waterton. Looks like the weather's going to be nice. And we have a window to go, it looks like, to the classic finish. So just trying to savor all these moments on trail now because the end is near. I just started feeling that in Augusta. I was like, wait, our next stop is East Glacier? What? So, yeah, just trying to savor these moments, even the soggy ones, because before I know it, I'll be done. I'll be back home wishing I was out here. So, yeah, just trying to savor each moment. And what a finish to the CDT. We have the Bob Marshall Wilderness, which we're in now, and Glacier. So, gonna be a nice ending. Going through the car wash. Really overgrown. Alright, setting up for dinner. I'm gonna be standing and making my dinner again because I'm really wet and cold. We had that storm roll through, I think, for like 2 hours, so this and this kind of becomes irrelevant after a while. They're just completely saturated, so I'm wet. I don't want to get in my tent because I need to hang my food somewhere. And if I want to do that, I'm gonna have to put all this stuff back on again. So anyway, standing up to try to stay warm. Yeah, this is some of the not fun parts of the trail, but hopefully the weather clears up tomorrow. It's supposed to clear up today, so we'll see. All right, guys, showing you the real trail. It's cold, and when I say real, I mean the times when I ask myself why I'm out here. It's really cold this morning. Again, everything is just wet. Put wet socks on this morning, wet clothes. So, just keeping it real. Not really fun today. Hoping there's some clouds in the sky. But hoping we'll be able to dry our stuff out today. It's just been a long stretch with storms every day, and they're kind of intense. Yesterday, I didn't put my gloves on. I have them on now, but I didn't put my gloves on during the storm, and it, I think, lasted like 2 hours. So my hands were like, I don't know how this works, but saturated with water for hours, and it took me a long time to dry them out. And once I did dry them out, my skin got very dry. So I don't know. I don't know how that works, but just pretty uncomfortable. It took me like an hour to dry my feet off or more and warm them up. So yeah, just keeping it real. This is how it is sometimes on a long distance trail, but just have to remember why you're out here. Sometimes that's hard. But yeah, keep on trekking. So we're on the Spotted Bear alternate. It's lower elevation than the actual CDT. And I can't see the river now, but we're going along the Spotted Bear River. So yeah, hoping the sun comes out soon. Here's Spotted Bear River. Finally have a good view. It's so lush here. So many trees. So this is the best view so far. And there's the sun. Yay. August 27th today, and we still have some wildflowers. Probably the last of them. Just set up before it started raining. Thought it was going to be another dry day near the end of the day, but nope. Okay, it looks like we got a black bear print. This is the front paw. And you can see it's a black bear because it's not completely flat underneath the toes. And apparently you can't see the nails as much on black bear prints. This one's kind of smaller as well. Not totally fresh, maybe a day or two. I'm not an expert, but that's just what I'm guessing. Looks like we got a grizzly print. You can see the nails, and then it's kind of more flat under the toes. And this looks like a back foot. All right, looks like we got some bear poop. All right, guys, we have another grizzly print. Look how big this is. Here's my hand. Oh my gosh. It's walked on the trail. I don't think it's too fresh, but look. But we're following its tracks. Stuff out, finally. The sun's off and on.
I think there was a Knowles one, Knowles guy.
Alright, here's our little tent site. And a Sasquatch sighting. There he is.
You'll never be able to get a serious one. Not while I'm around.
Alright, we have another cold morning, but it's dry. So we have tomorrow we're going to be in East Glacier. Going to stay at a hostel called Luna's. And yeah, excited to get into town because it's been a little bit of a tough stretch. We exited the Bob yesterday. And I'm actually not sure what type of land we're in right now, but I don't think it's glacier yet. So yeah, ready to get to Glacier. Looks like we got some thimbleberries here. Oh, there we go. Some of them are past their prime. It's a little late in the season, I think, for them. Kind of dried out. But I'm still gonna eat some. Let's see, maybe this one back here that we started with. They're really jammy and kind of tart. Sorry about my really dirty fingernails, but they're really jammy and tart, and I love them. Headed into Glacier. Got an interesting do going on this morning, but I'm excited to get into town like I've been saying. Yesterday we saw a lot of grizzly prints along the trail. It was like prime grizzly habitat, and Stevie Wonder was hiking separate from us, and he ended up seeing a grizzly bear sow, so female, and her cub, which could be a dangerous situation if you get in between them. But he was kind of far away, and he did all the right things, got up, made his presence known. Hey bear, hey bear. So the mom kind of stood up, I think maybe 3 times, just to kind of like figure out what he was, because he was a little far away, and then they ran. So yeah, he actually got a video of it too, because he was far enough away where he felt somewhat safe. Probably had his bear spray out as well, just in case. So we got a cool video of them. So yeah, I still haven't seen a grizzly unless there was that one in Yellowstone. I couldn't really tell what kind of bear it was. But otherwise, nothing. Just a lot of prints and scat yesterday, which I showed you guys. So we'll see what happens in Glacier. Apparently that's the hot spot, so TBD. All right, made it to East Glacier, and we're staying at Looking Glass Base Camp. Hey, Spartacus. This is the resident kitty at Looking Glass. Hey, babe. All right, Steve, what'd you get from Brownies?
A vanilla Coke.
Wow.
Tasty taste.
Oh my gosh.